What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for another Modern Master draft. And look at what we got here. A Dummy Raid. I have no idea if it's actually great or not. I think it's probably good. I mean, it's a Planeswalker, obviously. It's double colored. I don't think it's like sick, completely amazing and beatable, but it is still a cool card that's probably quite strong and funny to build around. So, yeah, we'll probably just pick that. I could see Spinner just being better. Wing Splicer is great, and then I do like Mistraven quite a lot. A couple decent cards for the Black Red Sacrifice deck, I guess, in Fodder, Bomber, and Splinter, but I think we'll try the Domri Raid. Yeah, I could see Spinner or Splicer just being better, but you don't always get the chance to play with a sweet Planeswalker, so might as well try it. Probably picking Gorkland Rampager here. It is not the best card in the pack. I think the best card is probably Witch or Horror. I guess Horror I think has pretty much the same power level as Rampager. It's close, but it's pretty. In this set, I think both cards are amazing. Witch is busted though. There's a lot of games in which if they don't have the revolt, they lose. There's nothing you can do. Like, I don't know, she kills token. She can do anything. That card is busted. Just don't pass it. But given that we first picked Dummy Raid and there's the Rampager, I think we should just be doing that. Sylvan Ranger would be a fine option too, especially since it lets you have more creature in your deck and a little bit less land, because you can probably play that over land in general. So this is kind of good for Dumry. I mean, slight. It is a slight thing, but slight advantage, but still worth mentioning maybe. Spec is garbage. I mean, I love Falcon Rust Noble. I'm probably gonna pick that. I'm not thrilled about going Jund, but what are the other options? If there was a Gruul Guildgate, I would pick it. There's no Gruul Guildgate. Madcap Skills I think is just quite bad. And also we won't have mostly creature because of Dummy Raid, if possible. As much creature as possible. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll pick the Noble. Web is medium. The thing is, Web is quite bad against all the Blink deck, and there's a decent amount of them. I like to have a couple in my deck when I have a Spinner, because then it becomes attractive, but the card itself I don't think is very good. Battle Rattle Shaman is medium. I think you can. I mean, it's not bad, but you can get a decent amount of solid 4-drops. I don't think it's really an issue. Deathwood Cobra I've been fairly impressed with. I mean, it's not amazing, but it stops flyers. Like, it's gonna make them their gargoyle unable to kill you. It can just block the 1/1. You have birds. You have token from Lingering Souls. It just trades. It can attack into bigger creature. It's not amazing, but it's solid. And since this pack is quite weak, I think we'll just pick that. I guess Rubble Belt Mecha is probably just better than Knight of Old Croza in most circumstances, especially when you have a Dummy Raid in your deck. Like, Explorer's not what we want to be doing. Genesis is pretty strong. I don't think we want to pick a double blue spell at this point, though. These packs are just quite bad. I think this is all that's happening right now. I mean, it's not really us not being in the right color or anything. The pack are just pretty weak. Like, if there was a bunch of really strong blue, black, or white card, I would be fine just, not playing Dummy Raid and going into another archetype. But the only pack where there was some good cards in other color was the one where there was a Rampager too, and the other pack were just bad. I mean, yeah. Oracle is good, but Sylvan Ranger is not much worse. It's kind of the same thing, but in green, so we'll just pick that. Gruul Guildgate. I've been extremely unimpressed with Devil. If you have a Corpse Canoiser and can get the Unearth, it's good, but the card itself, when you have to hardcast it, it's kind of awful. I've played that in go white deck with a bunch of token, and each time it was super disappointing. I would have been happy to unearth it, but never really to spend 5 mana on that. Baiting's fine, but I think we'd rather pick fixing. If we want a baiting, we'll get one baiting at some point. I think so. Fists, fine. Bomber. Are we playing Chund, maybe? I kinda like Bomber. I really hate Devil. Deliverance, I don't know. Like, if you have enough token, but red-green, you have a couple token producer, but not as much as in white-green. And I think we'll be the aggressor most of the time, so Fog doesn't seem that great. Could see going Chund, maybe, though. Unless we have a sick mana base, playing the Jester is gonna be tough, because it's really something you want to cast on turn 2. It's not even that good. I mean, it's fine. The thing is, there's a lot of cards like Ranger or Seagate Oracle that's just gonna, or Augur of Bolas, that are just gonna trade and leave you one card behind. Augur Jailbreaker is not the worst, though. Connoisseur, maybe. We are not getting a ton of things this pack, but again, I think it's mostly Booster being weak more than anything else. I would assume Dummy Raid is not even that great. It's probably fine, but I mean, a fighting spell that that requires them to do something, or you will draw some more cards, is it's probably good enough, but it's not. It is not sick. Battle Rattle Shaman, not the biggest fan. The card was pretty good in Rise of the Eldrazi, I think it was. I think it's a little bit too slow and underpowered for the Modern Master. It's not bad, you can play it for sure, but I haven't been super impressed. Web again, weak against Blink effect, but we could get a spinner somehow, even though we passed one already. And even if we don't, against some deck it's good. Like against some deck it's pretty much an arrest, and arrest is a good magic card in limited, so it's probably fine. Not thrilled about main decking one in a deck without any spinner though, because again, the best deck in the set are pretty much Blink deck, I feel like. Blink control decks. It's not even about, there's a bunch of bounce, like, it's not even Blink, like, they can just play a Mist Raven. In general, Web is gonna be just quite awful against blue deck, and since blue is the best color, and there's a lot of blue deck around, not exactly something you want to main deck. Don't love the Devils, but who knows. I mean, if I end up Jund, then I play the Connoisseur, maybe. The thing is, in this set, I feel like I want to be really control-y and have a great late game plan, or be super aggressive. Because mid-range decks just tend to get crushed by all the blue decks. Like, if you go Jund mid-range, you will probably just lose to any blue deck in most circumstances. So I think you want to be either very aggressive or the most control-y to also beat other control and other mid-range deck. This is my philosophy, if anything. So red-green, not a huge fan, but you can get pretty aggressive with red-green if you have enough token producer, Gruul Warchant, and Combat Trick. It's just not the thing I love the most, but it's not, it's not bad. Might just pick Death Shadow here. Right now it's not worth a ton of money, but the thing is, right now prices are super low because, everyone is opening Modern Master. Booster, I am pretty sure that in a couple months Death Shadow is going to be back at something like 10 tickets, as it is widely played in Modern. I don't know. I could just pick that for money. Goblin Assault's pretty good. Burning Tree Emissary is decent. Another Ranger would be good too. Augur Spree, I guess, but I think I'd rather just pick a red or green card at this point. I'm probably just gonna pick Death Shadows, honestly, for money. If it was not here, I guess I would pick yeah, I don't know. I think I like Ranger more than Emissary and Assault maybe. Assault, it really depends on the matchup, whether you're on the draw or on the play. It's a very strong effect, but sometimes it just doesn't do anything. It's also pretty weak against cards like Ogre of Bolas, Seagate Oracle, and whatnot. Ooh, Zealous Conscript is a sweet one. Thrinax would be a good reason to splash for black, but even if Conscript was not here, I would still pick Ground Assault, which is on color, over Thrinax. I feel like Death Shadow is actually playable in Limited. I haven't played with it yet, but I feel like, you know, it's something you could do and you could be successful with. Because at some point, I mean, it depends on your deck, obviously, but at some point you'll be under 10 life, and even if you cast that super late, it's gonna be pretty huge. And I don't know, it's interesting. I think it's not unplayable. It's not. We'll not play it here, I think, but interesting. Broodmate Dragon is sick and should not go this late. I guess it's pack 2 and this is a 3-colored card, so maybe, but yeah. This is good enough for me to go Junt. And Spinner too. That's kind of sweet. I'd rather, you know, with Spinner and Dragon, I'd rather be playing, I don't know, some type of control deck, add some blue, get some card draw. But yeah, Junt midrange not exactly where I want to be. That being said, we have some really strong creatures, so, and pretty high power level in general, so I don't mind being there. We'll see. Probably gonna play the Noble too. I love that card. It's really like, even if they just have the removal and it die, unless it's a Magma Jet, in which case they, you know, it's a good mana trade for them and they get to scry. And in most cases, if they have the removal, you'll still be fine because you just drain them. If they don't have a removal, it's just very tough to race, or it's just a great card. Either way, we'll pick Magma Jet here. Speaking of the devil, I'm not really interested in anything else, I think. I mean, maybe I would play a Rasp, but Jet's better. Yeah, maybe Bone Splinter if I have enough token, but yeah. Rotworm is potentially fine, as we will be splashing black. I think I should just pick Emissary though. Yeah. Ground Assault, cool. Nice removal. Get in there. Ooh, Sylvan Ranger or Gilgate. I think we actually want the Ranger. I think it's probably just a slightly better piece of fixing, and again, dummy rates mix any card like Ranger or Maca, which, you know, can, or Rampager, which can do something else than just being creatures, kind of, but are still, you know, still have the creature type. Make them kind of more appealing. Well, I guess the card I might have picked was the Assault and it wheeled, so don't feel too bad about rare drafting the Shadow. Ooh, sweet. Feels good, man. Ground Assault is a great piece of removal. I love it. Well, deck is looking really strong. Again, I do not especially like being mid-range, but I think this is acceptable. Interesting. I think Dragon Fodder could be pretty good, especially if we get something like Drool Warchant, which we are pretty likely to gonna get if one gets opened, because we wield the Grand Assault, so I would assume we might be the only red-green player at the table. Fixing is kind of good, but I feel like we already have a little bit of fixing, and with 2 Ranger, I might just be fine playing one. I'm probably just gonna play, you know, it's not gonna be a 3-color deck with a bunch of black cards and whatnot. It's just gonna be red-green with 1 Swamp, 2 Ranger, and maybe a couple Gilgates just to play the dragon, and maybe the Noble. So I don't feel like fixing is as important as it could be in other situations. Midrange Witch is pretty strong, could wheel. We might want to pick Pyrowild Shaman, is a good card. Resto Angel is very good. And with 2 Ranger, we could try to splash for it. I mean, it's greedy, but it'd be pretty cool to Resto Angel a Broodmate Dragon, or even a Zealous Conscript, and go infinite, right? You cannot go infinite. I lied. But still, if you can do that and tap a conscript that already stole something a turn before, you're probably in a good shape. Yeah, I kind of messed up thing between this Kikijiki and whatnot, but you need a Splinter Twin or Kikijiki to do something along these lines. I think it's very greedy, but I'm gonna pick the Angel. We also have a couple of Ranger to potentially flip, which is kind of nice. So Ground Assault is probably gonna wheel. I'm not gonna pick that. Could pick a 3rd Ranger or a Pilgrim or a Stinger. Stinger is great. I think I'm. Yeah, I love Stinger. It's been really good. There's a lot of one toughness creature. Ooh, that's a tough one. Battle Mage or Harmonize? It's close. The Battle Mage might wheel. It's not very likely. I think Harmonize is slightly better though. Close pick. Ooh, Vital Splicer. Pretty sweet. Ogre's Pre will play, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we just want to pick Spriggan though. Fits occur fairly well. We wanted this amount of creature for dummy raids. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's better than Spree. I would assume, well, it's close. I kind of like Spriggan. I've been impressed with that card. I've been pretty impressed with that card. Ooh, another Ground Assault. Sure. Thrynax. I love me a Thrynax. Can I move my things, please? Just MTGO is not working well these days. Another Rampager. That's sick. We're probably not playing the mecha. Rampager is just so much better. How greedy is it to play the Angel here with 2 Rangers? It's probably a little bit too greedy. Yeah. And greed is real though. Which is nice. Also makes the Ranger somewhat dangerous. I don't think I'll play the Angel. Sorry, I kind of lied here. I mean, it's not really a lie. I just don't think it's worth doing. Another Ground Assault, Pilgrim, and we play the Angel. It's probably just Ground Assault, honestly. We have a very good Jund deck. A little bit of value between Harmonize, Broodmate, and a couple good cards. It's decent. I like Bomber. I'm not gonna be splashing for that. I don't think so. Torch Runner is a good option in the side. I'm not sure if Goblin Assault is very good in this deck. It's fine though. It's pretty annoying to deal with for some decks. We need to cut things though. 4 Ground Assaults. I guess we can cut a Feast. I think I like Fodder more than Feast, just because on the off chance you don't have the mana, I mean the creature, Fodder is gonna be slightly better. Also, Fodder is a legitimate 2-drop where Feast's not really. And I don't think giving Trample to something is gonna be a huge deal right here. Do I play 15 lands plus 2 Ranger? This sounds pretty greedy. There's nothing I want to cut, so that's the thing. I think I'll get greedy and play 15 lands to Ranger. Curve is pretty low. I have a lot of 2-drops, like, you know, between the foreground assault and the Magma Jet. I feel like even if I get stuck a little bit, I can be fine. We have 2 Guild Gates. Probably want to try to play 2 Swamps. Maybe one. No, one is fine, I guess. Let's just look at the colors. Yes, I have more green, but not a lot more green. I think this makes sense. And we'll try that out. Turn mid-range value. Again, not the biggest fan of being mid-range in this set, but I think it's fine. Deck sounds solid, if anything. Like a bunch of good cards, good fixing, good removal. What could go wrong? I guess we will find out. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if it's the case. Thank you for watching and see you for round 1.